Welcome everyone. So today we'll discuss something called freedom to operate. So you are an academic researcher, and let's say you are working on a certain topic and certain technology or something that you feel that you had reached to a certain interesting point, and from there you can think about commercializing your research in certain way by making certain product or etc. Not not making product by yourself, but like you want to go for applying for a patent. So there are various things that you want to do before you think about or how you can present or how you can strategize your patent, because unlike a journal paper, patent is basically a techno-legal document. So journal papers are like technical documents, and whereas patents are like technical plus legal documents. So why I say legal? Because you want to strategize your patent in a certain way that it gives you, or your idea or your research is or is basically strategized in the commercial market in a particular way, so that the kind of economical activity that you or maybe your or spin-off or someone who will take your patent and pay you money and etc, how they will operate on that. So it all depends on how you are defining the patent, and in that case, before writing a patent, FTO or freedom to operate analysis becomes very important. So we will talk about this in this video. So these are my point of discussion. So the question that I want to answer is, why do we need to do FTO as an academic researcher, and what are the fundamental steps of FTO and what FTO means actually, how we can get a head start in FTO analysis, etc. And finally also I will provide the an example, not in a descriptive way, but at least to give you a flavor of what FTO means. So as you know that FTO itself is a very broad topic, and it itself needs a lot of discussion, and I don't think a short video like this can justify everything about FTO. In future maybe I will do specific detailed video maybe, but yeah, so this will be the starting point. And also that any kind of thing or FTO whatever I'm doing, so I think since I'm intending this knowledge or this particular lecture, whatever you want to say, for in Indian context, so I had to have a lot of knowledge about Indian patent law, etc., which I right now don't have, and hence there will be a lot of loophole in my discussion. So I hope to do justice in that context in future. So yeah, let's get started. So the first question, why you want to do an FTO, freedom to operate analysis. So what you are an academic scientist doing research in, let's say, in university or institute. And as you know that a lot of research field, I mean in nowadays research fields are very much structured in so many different ways. There are subfield within subfield, and even within that there is division, and there is a lot of collaboration, like no, not collaboration, but what I want to say that there is a lot of interdisciplinary work. So a lot of segmentation in research fields and all this thing, and some fields are situated more close to the translational end or the application end of the research, and for them they do uh, have the urge, that okay, so I had done this particular research for last 5 or 6 or 10 years, and I was planning to have this patent or etc etc. Now the question is that okay, so that's good, but how I basically write my patent. And honestly speaking, before you the FTO, I believe, is not a something that you do at the end of the research. But if you have a commercialization, or if you think that a certain project that you are, or research that you are doing has a commercial value, potential value, then you should think about doing some sort of FTO in between also, to understand the landscape of patents, the nearby patents, how the legal structure had been claimed by the previous researcher, or companies maybe. And then only you can think about that okay, so this is the uh, uh, direction my research can go, and if there is a valuable thing in that direction to be found, then we can really strategically place our patent in a very stronghold, which will be needed by companies. It doesn't have to be like you do your make your product by creating a spin-off or similar kind of thing. Being in university environment, it can be like you filed a patent, and mm, and then patent had been brought for a certain amount of time by company or some institution, which is a true truth, and that can also bring you a lot of money in your university, as well as you can earn your money. So so in that case also, it is very important that to understand how you define your patent, and for that you need to understand the FTO or the patent landscape in a better way, not just at the end of the research but in between itself, so that you can validify your not validify, you can well direct your research direction. A lot of time we do research in the way that that how much knowledge or what new knowledge or potential boundaries we're opening, or new direction where we are intending to open. That is more or less is the intuitive motivation of planning our project and all this thing. But if you really want to make money, which is not bad actually, because that's all it is, I guess. I'm not really in the process of I don't have this particular mentality that that since we are professors, or we are doing some sort of social service or something like that. I feel like we as professors have to do this thing more often, because I believe that unlike people uh, or researchers in a company environment, academic researchers are uniquely placed to produce very innovative things. So that is my belief, and if we can make good money out of it, then we should do that, because that will make us as well as our universities wealthy. So yeah, so that's what I think, that you want to really do this analysis, understanding the patent landscape in between rather than not in the end. And the idea is to avoid infringement, that you are not infringing on others patent, and more importantly, finally, that will give you a very good picture that how you can technologically write your patent, and that can really give you an edge. And if you are an experienced researcher, you know that okay, that this company or this technology will be in future, within 5 or 10 years, will become very important, and in that case your research also is relevant. And if you can contextualize your research in the patent in a very strong legal hold or legal way, then the parties will have to buy your patent. That's what I understood. And in that case, it is all about doing FTO in a very good way. So okay, so here I will try to justify or try to give a basic understanding of FTO. And so the FTO basically means you or the kind of research that you are doing. Let's say you had done, so let's consider you had done a certain amount of research, and you think that this particular topic and particular research is very valuable, so you want to write a patent. So basically first thing you want to do is something called deconstruction. So deconstruction means that you need to divide your the research into various materials, like what kind of material that you had used, and then also various methods that you had used. So, and then for each material and method you have to do an independent or at least, yeah, some sort of independent patent database analysis, searching the patent. And not just patent, there can be various other thing. I am not really sure exactly what kind of thing, but it can be various other legal thing also, maybe, I'm not really sure. So anyway, and so you want to get a lot of previous patent on that individual topics, and read about it and understand what are the meaning of it, what kind of. So here is the thing, so in patent, basically in the end you will see claims, and those are way more important, because unlike journal papers which are written in a very technical way and very focused on creating value or conveying the new thing, but here in the patent you will always see that that it is written in more of a general way, just to touch upon various things. And then in claim, basically if you are doing FTO, claim is the only or the most important thing that you have to look to and understand each and every claim, because now here comes the implication of legality, because by various claims the author of the patent is making a legal case for himself, that okay, so this is my idea, or this is my research, this is my method, or this is my material, whatever you want to say, and I am claiming this part of the landscape of knowledge, or whatever you want to say. And that understanding, that by individually going through each claim in the patent, and as well as trying to infer the implication of combination of various claims also, that also is important, that these whole task will basically make you aware of what is the real meaning of this patent, and how it basically holds its ground in the legal domain, and what it really claims, and how you can not infringe on it. So yeah, so that's the point. And also you may have some previous IP or patent for yourself also. So, and your next patent that you want to do or you want to write, that is in continuation of that. So now in this FTO analysis, consideration of your own previous patents are also very important, because by considering those, you are aware of your previous legal accusations, and now you are enhancing or making it kind of a more enhanced or like that. It's like buying land. So you already had two land. Now of course, when you are buying a new land, you are supposed to, or at least if it is possible, you're supposed to buy a land close to, or at least if it is possible, it is in the same plot, you can buy a new land, then it will be good, because then you can make a house out of it. You can have a large chunk of land rather than having small part everywhere. So that's why I say that considering your own previous patents which had some connection with your work correct right now will also be very important. And various other thing, legal status of the patent, whether the patent is in pending, whether it is already published or something like that. So I'm not really I'm still learning about this, so I don't know too much, but I think these will going to be important. Jurisdiction, that means which reason the patent is meaningful. Like, you know, there is like US patent, and then European patent, Japanese patent, Indian patents. So each patent basically means that it is legal in that particular landmass. That means if it is an Indian patent, that means this patent will has its legal obligation to this particular land. So that's also important. And expiry date, I think each patent has this expiry date of 20 years most probably. So after that so after that it doesn't have validity. So that's what my understanding. So when you are doing this priority search, you know, the patent search, so you may find a lot of old patent which may have a lot of similarity, and then you may find out, okay, so now we can't write a patent, but it may turn out that those are very old and more than 20 years ago. So then of course it's not a problem. Finally, the output of a FTO will be like an informed and reasonable assessment of potential infringement for a given period of time. That is the kind of aim or knowledge that you want to gain through the FTO analysis, so that you can position your patent in a correct legal way, or maybe doing more research to pivot your research into a different direction, because sometimes FTO itself will give you new insight. So basically it's like person doing FTO will be like a detective and try to learn every step of process. So I'm talking about here that if you are a big organization, sometimes you may hire a different person from a different firm, outside firm. You can outsource your FTO, but the point is, of course, that is I believe is the last step after doing all your research, because that is something called FTO opinion that you are gaining from experts. But of course the FTO I'm talking right now is some sort of personal thing that you want to do as a researcher, so that you can do something you can do at the start of your project or maybe in between, to gain some more access about the situation and delve your project in a correct way. You know, if needed, you can pivot from certain point. So that's the more or less is the general outline of doing doing FTO. And now we'll go into a case study, not really case study, but a simple example to just have a flavor of what FTO is. So this is the reference from where I kind of get the information about to make this video. And you know what, the example, I feel like the particular example given in this particular paper is not really a good example. So I decided that, okay, so let's make a different video, because it's such an important topic. So maybe in next week. So thanks for watching the video, and please like, share and subscribe if you find this content useful. So see you in the next week. Bye bye.